Okay. So, everybody ready to go? Ready to begin? So, name journeys by Raman Mundare. Now, the first thing to say is that Raman comes from Rama. So she's named after the god Rama. So that's where her name comes from. So when she was a kid and she says, "Why am I called Raman?" her mum or her dad would go, "Well, we named you after Rama and what Rama symbolises." Now what Rama symbolises, as we learnt from the video, is he is about devotion. So he's devotion, he's bravery, and he's love. So he represents those qualities, and they want to name her after those things. So remember, we've got couplets which kind of hint towards two identities, or maybe like feeling a little bit fragmented, that you're kind of two people in one body. She was in India to Manchester, age of 5. Okay. Like Rama, I have felt the wilderness, but I have not been blessed with a companion as sweet as she, Sita. So the wilderness, of course, is symbolic of being lost. Jesus goes into the wilderness, right? It's a kind of a symbolic thing that you go into the wilderness, try and find your way. But unlike the real Rama, she has not been blessed. So with a companion. So she feels lonely, right? So she feels lost, she feels lonely. She's missing the other half of herself, perhaps. Loyal, pure, true of heart. So these are the things that she's missing. Levi. Come on, I don't want to keep saying your name when I'm recording it, else it just becomes a record of me telling you to put your head up. Okay? So she feels like she's missing something, right? She says, "I am lost. I do not have a person that makes me feel whole. I'm missing somebody to make me feel good about myself. Like her, I have been chastened through trial by fire." Okay, so like her, so like Sita. Notice there's a lot of like and like, so we have similes. So she can reflect, she feels in a way linked to the Hindu culture, right? She says, I am like Rama, I am like Sita. Right? I have known difficulty. Trial by fire, what does that mean? Trial by fire? To be chastened is to be put down. What's a trial by fire mean? Yeah?
It's being taught something by failing, isn't it?
Yeah, very good, right? So it's about failure, about struggle. Sita and I, spiritual sari sisters. So sari is the traditional Hindu dress. Entwined in an infinite silk that would swathe Draupadi's blush. So Draupadi was the empress, very, very rich. So she says that she feels linked to Sita, right? Me and Sita are sisters, right? We are entwined, so we are bound together, entwined with an infinite silk that would swathe Draupadi's blush. So we are wrapped together in this sort of infinite sari that links us. Okay. Again, silk is a very soft material, quite a comforting material. Infinite, of course, means to go on forever. So there's an idea that there is a sort of a permanent link, that you can take her away from India and you can take her away from her family and her culture, but you can never take away the links that have been established. Every time she says her name, or someone says her name, yeah, she remembers where she's from. My name, a journey between rough and smooth. Okay, so her name is a journey. Now we just discussed journey. Rasak, as you said very insightfully, it's about growth or permanent change. Rough and smooth. So there's good and bad in life, and her name represents that. In the original story, there's bad, there's fighting, there's the war with the Monkey King and the monkeys. There's the war, but there's also the love. So her name represents both difficulty and strength. An interlacing of banyan leaves with sugar cane. Okay, banyan leaves are bitter, sugarcane is sweet, right? Ever heard of the phrase bittersweet? Yeah? So she says, my name represents a lot of things about me, where I'm from, the struggles that I've been through. She's quite vague about the struggles she's been through, right? But she says, I've been through struggles, but also I love my culture. So like most people's lives, her name represents who she is. Okay? This line here is the volta. Now notice, the volta comes here. Now this is what we call a caesura. So a line has been cut artificially, right? There's a few of them. There's one here. There's a caesura there. There's one there. There's one there, right? What this does is it means the poem's rhythm is very unstable, right? Because you get to the middle of a line and you have to pause. So it's like lines don't end, lines stop midway. It's a combination of things that make the poem feel fragmented. Okay, so when we're doing structure up here, so we've got enjambment. Please add this down. Enjambment, so all over the place, there and there and there and there, and we've got caesura with an e on the end for plural. So the effect of this is to make the poem feel fragmented. When you read it, it doesn't really feel like a poem, right? Like Rama, I have felt the wilderness, but have not been blessed with a companion as sweet as she. Sita, loyal, pure, and true of heart. It doesn't really have any rhythm to it. It's all mixed up. This is our volta. Woven tapestries of journeys. Right, woven tapestries. So this is art, but they usually tell stories, okay, of journeys. Travelling from south to north. Travelling from south to north. So now, this could be England. This could be moving to England, right? Where the Punjabi in my mouth became dislodged as milk teeth fell and hit infertile English soil. Right, there's a lot going on here, right? So Punjabi is a language spoken in the Punjab region of India. So she loses her voice, right? It represents her voice. So the words, the Punjabi that she used to speak, when she comes to England, it leaves her, it falls out like milk teeth. So milk teeth are your baby teeth. So the idea is that in growing up, so as she grows up, she loses her voice. Right, she loses the original voice that she used to, the original language. When the teeth fall out, so when the baby teeth fall out, the Punjabi teeth fall out, they hit infertile English soil. What does infertile mean? Yep. Yeah, nothing grows. Right? Fertility is that you can grow. Human fertility is to be able to make a baby. Right, fertility in nature is things grow. So there is a nothing grows, right? So England, so English soil is almost a bit like death. So in England, she can't be herself, right? Her original culture falls out of her, and rather than growing into something new, it just dies, right? In England, nothing grows. England is a killer, right? Not a thing where you can be yourself. My mouth toiled. Levi, what does toiled mean? It means to work hard, right? My mouth toiled to accommodate the rough musicality of Mancunian vowels. Right, Mancunian is Manchester, right? Anyone know how they speak in Manchester? Who's famous people from Manchester? Yeah, Marcus Rashford, right? Think about how he speaks, right? Think about people like Liam Gallagher, Noel Gallagher, up in Manchester, right? Everything's quite sharp. So the Mancunian vowels, the A's, the A's, they're quite sharp. Rough musicality. So it's almost like a sort of like a kind of harsh beauty to the voice. So she tries to speak like a Mancunian, She tries to speak like someone from Manchester, really hard, but it's very difficult to do that, of course, right? And my name became a stumble. My name became a stumble that filled English mouths. What does that mean? My name became a stumble that filled English mouths.
They can't pronounce it.
Very good, right? So they can't pronounce it. So this name, has anyone had this happen to them before? Well, yeah. So they can't pronounce your name because the name is different. So there's an idea that the name equals her identity, but in England people can't say the name. They can't speak it. It's too weird, right? And my name became a stumble that filled English mouths with a discordant rhyme, an exotic rhythm dulled, and my voice a mystery in the Anglo echo chamber, void of history and memory. Okay, right. A few things to look at here, right? So first of all, discordant. So a chord in music is a sort of a beautiful harmony. So discordant means that it sounds bad, right? So it sounds bad. Exotic rhythm dulled. So the beauty of her voice, right? The beauty of the language is dulled in England, right? It's destroyed. It's destroyed the kind of the beauty of her language and her voice. My voice a mystery in the Anglo echo chamber. Anglo meaning English. Echo chamber. You ever heard this term before? An echo chamber? Echo chamber? Well, of course, an echo chamber. Yeah. Right, so echo, if I echo, it's the repetition of the same sounds, right? So an echo chamber is about trapped sound. What it also means, an echo chamber is where you only hang out with the people that have the same opinions as you. Sometimes people describe things like Twitter as an echo chamber, like all you hear is the same opinions. So it means sort of same ideas plus opinions. It becomes a symbol of a kind of the word we use is a fancy word, but we say it's a hegemonic culture. Okay, hegemonic means essentially one idea. So the idea of this is that the echo chamber is like the English world is this small little box. The English world is this small little box, right, that she can't get into. So there's a sense here that she's excluded from the culture that she's moved to. She feels like an outsider. A void. So a void is a nothingness, right? Nothing. A black hole. A void. A void of history and memory. So her view of English culture is that English culture is like nothing, right? Nobody has any culture, nobody has any history, nobody has beautiful stories about their past. And she feels like moving there, she is divided from where she's from. Now we discussed earlier on about the way it's structured, right? That actually what you've got here is a poem that has been fragmented, it's been split up. And I think the key thing to this poem is this, that the thing that she has been separated from, so her separation is not from another person, but it is from her culture. That she feels like the thing that she loves is back where she's originally from, and now she lives in England, she feels the pain of that separation. Happy with that?